Hey guys, welcome back to episode 3. In this episode, we're going to be going over the Eden group. It's the moment everyone's pretty much been waiting for, as far as I know. Now, I know a lot of you guys have a lot of questions about like where the talking dog is and things like that. We're going to get to it, I promise. When we're done here, we'll have an entire guide that will help you out with everything that you need, so don't worry, we'll get there. But we're going to go through all the steps that you need to know to get started. But before we get started, there are a couple things that you need to get started with as a newer player. The first thing that I do know that a lot of people have problems with is staying alive when you're under geared. Now, if you're fully geared, you feel free to ignore this information if you want, but there are people that waste a lot of money on potions. A lot of money on potions, guys. I'm going to show you a couple tips today that hopefully will get you off the ground started and you won't have to worry about too much as a newer player. The first tip being, invest in a merchant. Now, I say that because the merchant class is one of the most versatile classes. One, you're going to be able to get a massive discount from all of the NPCs in the game. You're also going to be able to overcharge. So every time that you make a good amount of loot in your run, you're going to turn around and run to this NPC and dump it on them for even more of a sale value. It's 100% just free money. You might as well just get this done. It's super quick. You don't even have to max him. You just got to get them high enough to where they have enough discount, enough overcharge skill points, and then you can just leave them forever. And they could just be your merchant mule. If you wanted to go a little further, you could level them up a few more times in the job level and make it so you could open a player shop, and that way you can sell your drops to players. Now, the reason I bring up the merchant is because the merchant's capable of using the discount to give you a massive discount. Well, maybe not a crazy massive. It's not like you're getting everything for free. But it makes a difference, especially when you're buying in bulk. Now, I'm going to show you. Here on screen, you'll see that the meat that you can purchase and the grapes that you can purchase are extremely lower. And these are going to be a massive difference because the meat's going to be your HP recovery. The grapes are going to be your SP recovery, if needed. Now, a lot of people do play Priest, and Priest has Magnificat. But you don't get that until you're High Priest. So I highly recommend that you stick with the grape juice, unless you have something, again, geared players will probably have GECs or General Ignimcinia cards in their boots, which help them recover SP so they don't have to buy as much grape juice. Now, if you have gear like that, again, disregard this information. But for newer players, this is what you're going to go after. You're going to go after this grape juice, and we're going to get right into the grape juice quest so you can make your own grape juice, because you don't want to eat these grapes. Okay, don't just eat these grapes. You're going to turn them into juice, and then you're going to drink that juice whilst you slay everyone out in the fields. So let's get to the grape juice making quest, and then we'll move on to the Eden group. Alright, so the first thing that you're going to want to do is get the quest out of the way. It's pretty short. So you're going to start in Frontera Plaza, and you're going to move south. And what you're going to do is you're going to move all the way down to the meat vendor, because you need one piece of meat. So if you have one in storage, you could just skip this step. Alright, so now you've got your meat. Where do you go next? The next step of the quest is to find this guy that doesn't like anything fruit related, and you're going to give him this meat. But let me say, you're not going to give him per se. You're going to show him your meat. I literally can't think of any other way to say that. I'm serious. You're going to show him this like drumstick of meat and be like, look, bro, I got some meat. And he'd be like, oh my god, I want it. Don't give him the meat. So talk to this guy here, and you're going to say, show the meat, like Arby's, because we have the meat. These are terrible jokes. That's fine. Downvote me, that's cool. Don't give him the meat, and you're just going to continue saying no, and then he'll whine. You're then going to talk to his mom, Mary Ann, and she's going to be like, wow, he won't eat anything unless it's meat. Maybe if we turn fruit into juice. Where was that juice guy? Payon? Morok? And then it kind of leaves you there, which is fine. But now we're going to head over to Payon, and I'm going to show you where the juice vendor is. So from the Payon starting warp point, you're going to go move along the path that I'm showing here on screen to find the juice maker. Once you've talked to the mom, the juice maker is unlocked. It's not like a full-on quest. I guess it's kind of like a mini quest. It really just unlocks him. It changes the dialogue so that way you can use him to make juice. Please note that when you do use him to make juice, He charges you 3 zenny per juice, an empty bottle, and then whatever fruit that you're using to make it. So in this case, we're making grape juice. It's going to require a grape bottle and 3 zenny per juice. So let's talk about what it costs to actually make this juice now that you've went through the trouble of unlocking it. The first thing I want to bring up is that you can get the empty bottles for free. It's very simple. A lot of people will skip this and just purchase the empty bottles, which I guess you could do too. But as a newer player, I'm going to say that you're limited on money, and you can't really just go buy these empty bottles. If you do choose to buy them, however, just notice that they are 4 zenny per bottle with your discount, 6 zenny per bottle without. So if you were going to buy them with your discount, they would be an additional 2,000 zenny. Now, to a lot of people, that's not a lot of money. But to a newbie who only has like 500 or 600 zenny, that's already over your limit. Just keep that in mind that if you do want to buy them, you can buy them here on screen. Go to the Frontera Plaza and then just walk to the top right. So the empty bottles you can go obtain from Ant Eggs in Ant Hell Dungeon. Very simple. They don't even attack you back, so you just go kill them, pick up the bottles. When you have enough bottles, bring them to the NPC with your grapes. One quick thing, this spot has been a long time common place for people to just go level, especially when they just started a character. And even in this clip, an alchemist is here. Let's just make sure that we're sharing our training areas with everyone else that wants to do the same. Alright, so now you need your grapes. So you're going to get 500 grapes from any tool dealer NPC. If you have level 10 discount, it's only going to cost you 76,000 zenny. If you didn't make a merchant, then be prepared to shell out up to 100,000 zenny without the discount. At 3 zenny per bottle, this is going to cost you 77,500 zenny, again, with the discount. If you paid more than that without discount, you're going to end up paying over 100,000 zenny. Now, I don't expect a newcomer to have 77,000 zenny just laying around. So, when you're hunting those bottles, make sure you pick up all of the loot, shells and all, and sell all that too. That will help you raise some capital for your grape juice venture. And just afford what you can afford. If you want to make 30 grape juice, then use 30 grape juice and be conservative with your SP. It's all about what you can afford. I'm just showing you how to do it and running you some numbers of what it would cost you 500 grape juice wise, because eventually you will make these in bulk. Alright, so then go back to the meat vendor that you met earlier in the video and purchase some meat. Again, if you have discount, it'll be 38 zenny per piece of meat, or 50 zenny per piece of meat if you do not have discount. Now that you've got your HP and SP recovery, we can get started with Eden. In almost every major town, you'll find an Eden group warper marked by this banner above their head. Go ahead and click them and ask them to teleport you to the Eden group. Now there's a few things that I want to point out once you get here, because there's a lot to this place. The first thing that you'll notice when you first step in is the instructors here on the left and the quest boards on the right. Everything else at this point when you first start the Eden group is unnecessary until it comes up in a quest. So let's just take it one step at a time, because it's pretty easy to get overwhelmed here. Now that you're in the Eden group, step up to the counter to the instructors. You're going to see Evanor here. Go ahead and speak to Evanor about joining the Eden group. You'll have some dialogue options on here asking you what is the Eden group, and you can click those if you really want to talk about the Eden group and learn more about the lore behind it. For now, we're just going to select join the Eden group. Let Evanor know that you just want to join, and they'll be ready to write your name down. This first dialogue box doesn't matter. You can type in whatever you want, it'll always be wrong. And then the second time, you're going to type in your username. With your username written down, you've been signed up for the Eden group, and you'll receive an Eden group mark. This is a special item that you'll hold that has a 15-minute cooldown, and when you double-click it, it allows you to come directly back here. Perfect for when you're ready to turn in. For now, you can go ahead and hit cancel and close out the dialogue. Speak to Instructor Boya directly next to Evanor. Boya will have a couple dialogue options. Go ahead and select Don't You Have Equipment? And they'll talk about how honest you are and that they can't give it to you for free. They recommend that you have to go do a training exercise in order to obtain your equipment. So you have to prove yourself. You know, like most RPGs. Tell them that you want to participate in the training, and they'll assign you, based on your current level, a task. Now this task could be telling you to go do something, and talk to something, and kill something, so just make sure that you pay attention to where he wants you to go. I just started the character, so again, right after Manuela's quest, I'm level 18, so I've got assigned the dog from the Oasis. Use the Warp Girl directly south here to go ahead and warp wherever you need to go. So this is GM Phoenix's guide for Eden Group, and I like to reference it to newbies a lot. You can ask anyone in the introductory forum. But, as you can see, based on level 12 to 19, you receive the Talking Dog as your quest master, or your next step. In order to do this, you have to head over to Prontera Field 9, coordinates of 308-190. Now you might be asking, as a new player, how do I get there? I have no idea. Well, I'm going to show you this really cool feature that like almost no one ever knows about. So you know that it's in Prontera Field. You just don't know how to get there. So here I am in Prontera. If you arrow over the left, you'll see Navigation. Click on that and it'll open up another menu. Here in the search bar, you're going to put what map you're looking for. So I'm going to put Prontera Field 09 and hit enter. Here on the left are your search results. Left click it and you'll see a picture of the map and everything on there. Now you can even see what kind of monsters they are, especially like their level and element, but we're going to just select the map and hit Find Navigation. And you're going to see a map pop up. The blue line shows where you need to go, and then just make sure that here there's a little, typing mark. Left click on your chat bar down here just to get rid of it, otherwise you won't be able to cast any skills, and it'll type in that little bar instead. You'll also see that there's now arrows on the floor, showing you where you need to go. So just follow the mini-map wherever it shows you to go, and make your way over to wherever you're headed to. It's a bit of a walk, so I'm just going to skip ahead. So another really cool feature about the navigation is that you can actually edit some of the little settings. So we're just going to type Prontera, because I'm already out here in the field. And you'll notice these two little buttons down here on the bottom. Open up your Finding Navigation, and when you click Open Navigation, it's going to show you what maps you're going to walk through, and where the portals are. And then if you click on Show Navigation icon, you can even change them to these awesome paw prints, or other icons like arrows, feet. There's all kinds of stuff in here. It's just another little level of customization I thought was really cool to point out. So in this case, I have to talk to the dog and tell him a password. If I'd forgotten it, I can hit Alt-U and open up my quest log, and here's the password right here. So I'm going to go talk to the dog now and say the password, and he'll give me the first step that I need. So the first step that he gives me is condors. Now one thing is, if I don't know where condors are, because I know that they're on this map, he'll always assign you this map. But say you don't want to walk around for 20 minutes looking for 5 condors, that's fine. There's another hidden little thing in the navigation. Go ahead and open up your navigation and enter whatever you're looking for, in this case condor. So here, we can see the condor on the map, and what maps it's on, and the population of it on each map. In this case, it's low, which is, I believe, 5 or under, which is fine. I'm going to stay here because I have nothing but time, and just look for them here. But you can use the navigation to go wherever you need and find what you need. With the condors hunted, return to your quest NPC, in my case the Talking Dog. He'll then have you hunt desert wolves. There will always be a second step based on whatever level you were at. This dog also apparently hates his children because they pee wherever they go. That's his reasoning. So just go kill 10 of his kids. This next step, he's going to tell you that the oasis has almost been secured. And in order to complete this section, you're going to have to kill savage babies? Savage babies? Go kill some babies. That's the next step. And the final step, when you return to the dog, he's going to say again that you have found savage babies? You killed babies! So he wants you to go back to Eden Group. You can check your quest list now and see that you have to return to the instructor. Use your Eden Group mark and just double click it to instantly report back to the Eden Group. From here, you're going to head over to Instructor Boya, and you're going to tell him that you're finished with your job. He'll now say that he wants to give you equipment, and in order to do that, you have to go to the blue door. A lot of people get lost here, but it's literally this blue door. You can actually talk to it like an NPC. When you speak to it, Evanor will double check that you're an Eden member, because it's members only. And over here is the training room, but here is the storage unit. So we're going to go here and speak to Administrator Michael, who will give you your equipment. You're going to tell them that you want to get supplies, and he'll say to double check. So of course, I always double check my inventory. I have plenty of weight left over, and there's still spots, so I'm going to speak to him again and say that I have enough room. Can only be given out once, so don't mess it up. And of course, he'll give you the hat, manto, boots, and uniform, which will fully gear you for now. Do your best not to lose your equipment. There is a quest involved if you do lose your equipment, but if you don't want to go through the hassle, just try to keep track of it the best that you can. I'm going to go ahead and call it for this video. I didn't realize it was already 15 minutes in. But let's get started with the next video right away. I'll try to release these directly one after the other, and then we'll go back into more about the Eden group, talk more about the bounty boards. I will see you guys then.